Imagine being told one day that the stories passed down from your grandparents, the songs from your childhood, and your family's native language are all forbidden. That is the very essence of who you are. It is the identity that makes you unique to the world and sets you apart from others. It's something that you take pride in, and it's being erased. Cultural suppression is not just the loss of traditions, it is the silencing of voices, the snuffing of hope, and the denial of humanity. When we suppress a culture, we take away the lifeblood of a people, leaving scars that run deep, not only in their hearts, but in the soul of our shared world. We cannot stand by and allow this destruction because in losing those cultures, we lose part of ourselves as in an interconnected world. Today, it is my goal to explain to you all the dangers involved with cultural suppression. I will convey this message to you by first explaining the problems involved with cultural suppression. Then I will touch upon the causes that are prolonging the issues regarding cultural suppression. And lastly, I will describe solutions that I recommend to ease the issue of cultural suppression. Now, let's start with the problems involved with cultural suppression. The two main problems I will be focusing on are people's struggle to find a sense of belonging due to cultural suppression, as well as the targeted hatred that people in societies that suppress their culture receive from people that are not in that culture that is being suppressed. So now with the first problem, which is the struggle to find a sense of belonging. In a journal article called The Long Arc of Disposition by the Oxford University Press, it notes that the term cultural citizenship is what Latino studies and other disciplines use to refer to how those who feel rejected as full and equal citizens. And many living in modern society today feel that they are lesser because of where they are from. Moreover, it is often cultural aspects that are overshadowed and silenced in academic settings, which leads to many youths feeling out of place in the society where they live. Now into my second problem, which is targeted hatred due to cultural suppression. In an article called How the Zoot Suit Got So Much Swag by American Experience, it describes how Zoot Suiters, the name used for Mexican American youth in the 1940s with their baggy pants and long coats, were targeted specifically because of their cultural expression, which came about from Mexican culture being suppressed in American society. And now moving on to the causes for why cultural suppression is still such an issue today. The first cause that I will be touching upon is government policy and systematic limitations on cultures. And the second cause I will be focusing on is the lingering stereotypes and media misrepresentation of people in society, specifically minority cultures. So now touching on the first cause, which is government policy and systematic limitations. Governments like the US have been seen to suppress cultures in the past due to economically exploit peoples, but to also maintain order and prevent dissent from those foreign peoples who are not culturally with the larger public. Like when Mexican Americans came to the US and they were the minority compared to white culture that was already present there. And now into my second cause, which is lingering stereotypes in media representation. The media plays a significant role in shaping public opinion about minorities, often influencing how people perceive, understand, and interact with marginalized groups. Often, people assume the worst out of minorities due to the excessive coverage of minorities acting out of desperation due to the situation that they have been dealt. This is often the case with Hispanic and Black communities because they are often underfunded and overlooked because of their minority status. And now that I've concluded the causes involved with why cultural suppression is such an issue today, I will move into the solutions for how to ease the issue of cultural suppression in our society. The first solution that I will be recommending is advocacy. And the second that I will be touching upon is education and awareness. And the third solution I will be going into is raising awareness through media. So now into my first solution of advocacy. In a publication called The Union Within the Union by Taylor and Francis, it is noted that internally formulated and historically constructed, conducive, and facilitative factors enabled social movement victories. This phrase suggests that the success of collaborative social movements is not random or purely due to external support, but rather was made possible by specific internal conditions and historical processes that created a favorable environment for those movements to thrive. Change can be brought about without just mere luck. My second solution is education and awareness. To teach others, educating your friends, family, and broader community about the history and significance of your culture helps counter ignorance and misconceptions. Schools and universities can also be changed with activism to include other cultural perspectives and history in their curriculums, similar to how Mexican American youths advocated for change in the LA school district to more further represent the Mexican culture and history in California's, in LA school districts' school curriculums. And my third solution is to raise awareness through media. Online media can be used as a very powerful tool to bring about change. With today's online media allowing for news to be quickly spread with social media digital platforms to share stories, history, and issues surrounding cultural suppression, raising awareness has never been easier. People can help build support and bring attention to the impact of cultural erasure and suppression. And now that I've concluded the solutions that I recommend to ease the issue of cultural suppression, I will now close my argument in my presentation, in my informative message. So now in closing, today I persuaded you all of the dangers, and I informed you all of the dangers of suppressing cultures in our societies. I did this by first explaining to you all the problems with cultural suppression, and secondly, I went into the causes for why those problems are existing. And thirdly, I went into the solutions that I recommend to ease the issue of cultural suppression. So please let us make it a collaborative effort to move towards the future where we are inclusive and allow for all cultures to be represented for the benefit of us as a whole. Thank you.